All right. All right. All right, there you go. Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch of SportsView360.com covering the New Orleans Saints. And tonight I just want to talk about that the recent news concerning the team. I know a lot of you have already heard about Alvin Kamara listing his house for sale. This all came about last Friday when I don't remember the guy's name, but he put out just a very brief tweet on Twitter about Alvin Kamara. For what it's worth, Alvin Kamara has put his house up for sale. And I believe he tagged like Nick Underhill and Mike Trillett and a few other reporters in that tweet. Nick Underhill retweeted it to his page, but that's yes, that was true. And the way you slice it up, it could mean a non-story to you, or it could be a story to you. But and when they talked to Alvin Kamara, I believe yesterday about the decision to put that house up for sale, he was saying it was strictly for business purposes. He is an entrepreneur. Yeah, he is involved with other businesses. Yeah, he owns several businesses. He's also involved in real estate. He also has a brother that is involved in real estate as well. And I got something on my screen. I got a article from Nick Underhill from New Orleans Football. I'm not gonna read it um, verbatim. I'm just gonna give a brief summarization of what that article is about. And based on what I gathered from that, and just the optics leading up to what's going on right now, I think this could be Alvin Kamara's last year with the team. And based on that conversation Alvin Kamara had with the media yesterday at his locker room, it looks like he is at peace with his decision, man. You know, like if I think if he believes he could still play in his league in the NFL, it may not be with the Saints. I think he's at peace with that as well. But I think if no other team had to sign out with Kamara again, I think he would be perfectly fine with that and ride off into the sunset. I just think he's not a guy that look like he's going to need, to be playing football in the next 4 to 5 years. I think he's done. To me, based on what I've seen, look a lot of great things with the money that he's made on the field. He's flipped it into doing, having owning several businesses. So I think he's at peace to me with this decision what the Saints are going to do. And he was saying, I'm paraphrasing there what he said, but he was saying something along the lines of it's too late for a contract to get done. Basically, the Saints no longer have the opportunity to renegotiate a new deal with him because the deadline is passed. Now we're going into the season, and he doesn't want to get involved with contract negotiations. And a lot of players do that. That's a leverage. That's a sign of leverage to them. A lot of players have done that in the past. Lamar Jackson has done it when Baltimore couldn't secure a long term deal with him. He went into cut off the deadline, went into the season, and at the end of the year, going to the following year, he got his new deal. So it looks like Alvin Kamara is having that same approach. So he's not going to be involved in any contract negotiations at the end of the season. Now, with that being said, um, what type of money can he command? What type of money are the Saints willing to pay for a running back that's going to be approaching 30 years old at the end of the season? I believe. What type of money would he be able to command if he has one of those throwback years where Alvin Kamara was rushing for 8 to 900 yards, 12 touchdowns, 12 rushing touchdowns, 8 to 9 receiving touchdowns, have over 700 receiving yards. Like a 12 or 2,000 yard. Excuse me, have a 2,000 yard all-purpose season. What type of money would he be able to generate? Be able to command from the Saints, or the Saints would be interested in bringing back Alvin Kamara? Because some people I've seen a couple of comments made out there. Some people believe that Alvin Kamara has no leverage. That even if he does have that type of year, a type of a throwback year, he may not be able to make the type of money they may be expecting to make just based off of economics and based off of the current going rate for running backs. Because Derrick Henry didn't get that much, didn't wasn't able to command that much money. You know what I'm saying? And from the Baltimore Ravens, Joe Mixon is only making $9 million. Saquon Barkley got 12 million. Christian McCaffrey got 19 million, which is the highest paid. I think it's the highest paid running back in the NFL right now. But what saved Christian McCaffrey is that the fact that the 49ers are not paying a quarterback a whole ton of money right now. Brock Purdy is still on the rookie deal. So that's why they was able to finally lock up Brandon Ayuk. They were finally be able to lock up Trent Williams, the offensive tackle today, and they locked up Christian McCaffrey, and that's all because you're not paying a quarterback right now. Now that may change down the road once you sign Brock Purdy to a long term deal. But for right now, they have the money to sign their best players, and that's a situation that the Saints don't have right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, and what also saved Christian McCaffrey is that he was able to produce with that system, that same system that the Saints are going to attempt to implement this upcoming season. He's been able to produce, and he's been able to produce in that system because the 49ers have a better offensive line. They got better weapons than the Saints. They got a better defense, better coaching staff. Let's be honest. So a lot of people got to take that into consideration when because they say they compare um Alvin Kamara's situation to Christian McCaffrey's right now. So that's something you got to think about. And I saw a post on a Saints report today, the Saints message board, and somebody was mentioning, and I think I agree with this as well, that they believe that maybe Alvin Kamara does not fit the culture of Dennis Allen right now. He doesn't fit the culture of Dennis Allen, period. You know what I'm saying? Just he's probably, I think, Alvin Kamara, maybe Marshawn Lattimore. We know for sure Michael Thomas that those guys don't fit into the current vision of what Dennis Allen wants to have as a football team. That may be the case. And that's why, and they also mentioned that's why maybe Dennis Allen is kind of upset that Kendrick Miller is not up to speed on at the professional level right now. You know what I'm saying? Because Kendrick Miller is here because he wants to move on. He wants to cut ties with Alvin Kamara. And the fact that you re-signed Pete Warner and you try to go after Justin Simmons, that kind of shows you where Dennis Allen's head is at in regards to contracts, in regards to the players that he want to sign. You know what I'm saying? The players that he want here long term. Now, me personally, I wasn't expecting that Pete Warner contract during training camp because the narrative was that you bought in, you signed Willie Gay Jr. to I would say be competition to Pete Warner for that additional linebacker role opposite of Demario Davis. But then all of a sudden, once Willie Gay Jr. gets here, Pete Warner starts producing. He starts performing during training camp, and out of nowhere, Pete Warner gets a new deal. So that goes to show you where Dennis Allen is at in regards to money. Then you try the money, the other extra funds that you have, you go after Chester Simmons which end up backfiring on you when he signs with the Atlanta Falcons. So with all that going on, you decide to, Alvin Kamara decides to just pull negotiations. He's just not going to be interested in joining this team. In the he may not be a part of this team long term. J Live 504 says, "Who that fam? Yeah, what's up, man? What's good? Thanks for joining the program." But yeah, man, I think Alvin Kamara is totally at peace. Um, if the Saints do not decide to release him at the end of the season, that's just what it is, man. And a lot of fans, I'm not knocking anybody for their fandom and all that, but a lot of fans tend to get emotionally tied to these players. You know what I'm saying? Just based on their contributions and what they can do to the team. But the way the players said, the way the players see it, this is a business to them, man. This is a strictly a business to them. This is a job to them, man. If they have to go, they have to up and move their families to another location to continue to play football. They're gonna do it, and they're gonna take all of, and they're gonna be no emotional ties to the city at all, regardless. You know, Alvin Kamara, to me, based on his Alvin Kamara's tone, is that he is perfectly fine with not playing with his team next season. It's just what it is, man. And maybe Cam Jordan may feel a different way about that, but the way he views the city, but guys like Alvin Kamara, man, he just don't care. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's good to have that type of mindset. You know what I'm saying? Where you play this game, it's a violent game. It take years off your life, but possibly, and you can make that type of money and take care of yourself financially and not really be emotionally tied to playing football by the need to play football, and that's because you take care of yourself financially off the field. But this may very well signify the end of Alvin Kamara in New Orleans. This base off of the optics to me, in my opinion. And maybe Alvin Kamara is not Dennis Allen's cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Just what it is. It's not nothing bad, but sometimes you got to get your own people. You know what I'm saying? And Kendrick Miller, you better hope that Kendrick Miller is healthy, because if you're gonna part ways with Alvin Kamara and put all your trust into Kendrick Miller, you better hope that he can stay as healthy as an Alvin Kamara. Real talk. And also, like I said, in regards to the Christian McCaffrey situation, what hurt Alvin Kamara, the reason why he could no longer put up the stats of on the level of a Christian McCaffrey is because the offensive line, the circumstances with the team, bad quarterback play, quarterbacks not utilizing them properly, like Drew Brees did. Much as I like Jameis Winston, and much as I wanted Jameis Winston to work with this team, he could one of his downfalls with the team was that he couldn't throw the football. He couldn't like throw the football to Alvin Kamara in the flats, in the screens, in the screen game. He could not do that. Taysom Hill couldn't do it. Derek Carr struggled with it. Like in that one game where like we played against Tampa Bay, the first game of the year against Tampa Bay last season, I think Alvin Kamara had like 13 passes from Derek Carr, but it was for like 40 yards, man. Like very low usage. So he just bad quarterback play that's hurt Alvin Kamara, man. Because if we had the personnel, the right quarterback to utilize AK, that man would have got paid by now. He would have got paid by now. Ben got paid. You know, it's just what it is, man. And another thing, man, Dennis Allen, like I said, Dennis Allen pretty much showing you his hands on how he feels about this situation, because you felt as though you wanted to sign Alvin to bring back Alvin Kamara. You wanted Alvin Kamara to be a part of this team long term. You would have been secure that contract, that deal, you know. But according to the reports, there was a contract signed by not signed, but there was a contract presented to Alvin Kamara during training camp. Now, what I think happened, here's my interpretation of what happened, is that Alvin Kamara showed that to his agent. Agent looked at it, look at the details, look at the numbers, and told Alvin Kamara to kick that contract back and put it back on the table. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? And I don't that's what the agent got to do. That's the agent's job to look at the numbers. If the agent believe he can get more money for his client, he's going to do that. He's going to advise his client to not sign these contracts, and that's what a good agent is supposed to do. July 504 says offensive scheme and offensive play caller was Alvin Kamara's downfall. Yeah, I agree. I agree. 100% agree. Pete Carmichael, you know, Pete Carmichael is good for a certain role with the team, but when you don't have the actual play caller Sean Payton in the building, it wasn't going to work. And that's Dennis Allen's. To me, that's one of Dennis Allen's biggest mistakes was keeping Pete Carmichael for another season when it was clearly evident that it wasn't going to work. But yeah, I agree. So kind of a year late, a year too little, too late now. So I think I'll give it I would say a 70 to 90% chance that Alvin Kamara is not with his team anymore. And I think a team out there is going to give him the money that he's looking for, possibly. I think it's going to be a middle ground where he gets the contract that he's desiring. But watch out for the Denver Broncos to sign Alvin Kamara. Real talk. Watch out. If Alvin Kamara leaves his team, I'm about 90% sure that the Denver Broncos, Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos will have a contract draft up immediately for him to join that team. The Denver Broncos. Just watch. Now, like I said in the previous video, if the Saints part ways with Alvin Kamara, they need to draft Ashton Jeanty. Ashton Jeanty out of Boise State. That's the running back they need to have for this team. Because that guy is carbon copy. Is a copy of Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey put together. That's the type of running back you need for this system. I would not put all my trust, my faith and trust, into Kendrick Miller this next season. I wouldn't. He could be one of the running backs, but he can't be the running back. Now I hope Kendrick Miller, man, comes into this season and off of IR and balls out. But man, I don't think it's gonna happen. But we'll see. But July 504 says, but look at Christian McCaffrey. He was going through the same, bleak, same stuff Alvin was going through. Then he went to the 49ers. Hopefully Alvin has success on the Kube. Yeah, I agree. I hope that's the case. But the thing is, you're right. When Christian McCaffrey was in Carolina, he couldn't stay on the field. He wasn't even healthy. He couldn't even finish the season. He gets traded to Carolina and he's always healthy. Christian McCaffrey even plays hurt now. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, even if Alvin Kamara has a throwback year where he putting up them numbers, them Sean Payton like numbers back in the day, is that enough? Is that going to be enough to convince Dennis Allen? It's mainly Mickey Loomis. Mickey Loomis is the one that is really writing the checks. Is he going to really? Is that enough to convince Mickey Loomis to put up a bigger contract for Alvin Kamara to sign? That's the thing. Because I think in my mind, in Dennis Allen's mind, he's ready to move on from Alvin Kamara. That's what I think. Mickey Loomis, it may be a different case, but I think Dennis Allen believes that he got his replacement in the building and Kendrick Miller. That's what I think. But we'll see how it all play out, man. But like I said, I think I'll give it a 70. I'm at 70 to 90% chance that Alvin Kamara is not with his team anymore after the end of the season, man. And just like I said, just based on the optics, bro. It's the way it's looking, the way it's feeling, man. Just if you put up a house for sale, even though as you say it was a business move, to me that's like you preparing that you're not gonna be here anymore. That's what I got from this. You put your career up for sale. That's saying that you may not be here long term. You never did it before. So why is it a big deal now? You know what I'm saying? So that's something to think about, man. So that's all the news I got right now, man. Alvin Kamara, put his house up for sale. This may be the end of the run for him in New Orleans, and it possibly be the end of the era for a lot of other players with this team. Possibly Marshall Adam is probably gone as well. Maybe they moved to Mario Davis, maybe not, but that's another player that could be possibly gone as well, man. It's just a new era of players, man. This could officially mark the end of the Sean Payton era, you know. So we'll see how that play out. July 504 says, think they'll be enough is because his numbers went down. They're scared to sign him to another contract. But if he shines this year in Quebec, I think they'll get a deal done. Yeah, that's the hope, man. That's what I hope happens, bro. I mean, a lot of people think they're not gonna do it because he's gonna be 30 years old at the end of the season. And the rule, I won't say the rule, but the narrative is that you don't sign, you don't give running backs at that age that kind of money. You don't give a running back Christian McCaffrey type of money at that age. But we'll see how it all play out, man. All right, that's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. Do you feel as though Alvin Kamara is going to be back after this season, or you think he's done based on his recent reports? And also check out sportsview360.com/Saints for the latest content of the New Orleans Saints organization. I have the season preview coming out in a few days from now, and I'll also be previewing the Saints versus the Carolina Panthers matchup at the Season Superdome real soon. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out with that.